The state's Joint Finance Committee approved a $250 million cut to the UW system.
Well, that's $50 million less than expected, but UW officials fear the reduction won't bring relief. State's Keely Arthur joins us now live from campus with more.
Mike and Lisa, even with smaller cuts to the UW system, UW La Crosse is expecting to lose millions. To deal with those cuts, officials are preparing to make some really tough decisions, including cutting 55 jobs. For months, UWL officials have tried to keep up with the changing UW system budget cut.
There's a pendulum that swings, and it started out way over at 300 million, and then you come back to 250.
UWL isn't expecting to see much of that extra 50 million. The Joint Finance Committee, who approved the latest reduction, says campuses who were hit the hardest by the cut should see the most relief. Since UW La Crosse is in a better financial position than other universities, it could hurt them.
It's unfortunate that in this kind of unusual political environment, we could end up being penalized for actually doing the things we're supposed to be doing, which is growing enrollment and getting our workforce to be the right size.
Because UWL doesn't know how much they will be impacted, they are still planning on seeing a more than $8 million cut.
It really is a little too soon to know exactly what's going to happen.
To offset some of the loss, the university plans to cut 55 jobs.
Fortunately, most of those are vacant, although that doesn't mean we don't need them. But there are a handful of people who we've said, your job in a year or two won't be here anymore.
The Joint Finance Committee also struck UW faculty tenure protections from state law and reduced the power student government has in decision-making and funding.
So in the end, Chancellor's final approval over all decisions regarding student fees. And, if we're going to be paying this money ourselves, we think that it is our right to allocate at least as much as possible.
But the university plans to keep what it can intact.
We want to make sure tenure and shared governance do not get weakened, because we need to be competitive with universities all around the country and the world, and everybody has those things.
Now, another way UWL is planning to handle the cuts is by increasing enrollment by about 50 students. That would bring an extra $1.1 million into the university's budget, but officials fear it could lead to some serious overcrowding at the dorms. Reporting live at the UWL campus, I'm Keely Arthur. Back to you, Mike.
Thanks a lot, Keely. And Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker is expected to sign the 2015-2017 budget into law on July 1st.